right, good evening. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna get filming, but we had another weird storm today. 2 to 4 event that dropped like 2 inches over a very low period of time, basically the entire day, from like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever, to I don't know, basically 12 hours it only dropped 2 inches, so that's like nothing. Kind of 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, that part of the storm died out, and now there's another inch or 2 on the way, hoping to end by 10. That's what it looks like right now. There's like a coating coating on the ground. I have this all plowed out this afternoon. But I'm not going out there starting at 10 o'clock and not getting home till, I don't know, it takes 5-6 hours for me to do a route. So that's crazy. That's not happening. So we're going now. 6:43. Look, there's less than an inch left now. I'm gonna hit the ones that need salt first. There's one along that route that doesn't need salt. It's just gonna be, so be it. And then it really should start to die down. We'll get everybody else out. That's the plan. It's dark, it's snowy, conditions suck, so I'm not really gonna film too much today. All right, we are still rocking and rolling here. Time and temp, 26 degrees, 9:44. Temp's dropping. Trying to get all these knocked out most of the way through the list. I actually, if you would have asked me earlier in the day how late I would have been out, I would have really struggled to give you a correct answer. I really thought I was going to be out to the wee hours in the morning, and God forbid, I don't want to jinx myself with getting stuck or anything like that, but we look like we are due to finish way before that. I'm hoping to be home and not in bed, but home by midnight. Really not many left. Oh my God, this is the only thing that sucks. You get one person doing 19 miles an hour, and I get it, the roads are slick, but you got to do somewhere in between. You can't. 25 is better. I'll take 25. Please get on the Taconic. We're crossing in from Beekman into LaGrange right here. So this sign where the car is passing now is the Welcome to LaGrange, and we're on Clap Hill, which is going to spit us out onto 82 by ShopRite and the Taconic over here, Taconic exit 43. But I'm not taking the Taconic down. I'm just going to take 82 across. I got my Southern Hopewell, so I got to make my way down there. I have a couple there. One's a snowbird, so I'm not worried about waking her up. The other one's a younger couple, so hopefully they're up by the time I get to them. Hopefully it's, I don't know, 10:30. And then I have my one old lady client in Patterson that I got to get to that I did not do the last storm. So it's going to be a lot of shoveling and whatever. So that one's going to kind of suck. But tomorrow I'm out of the house early. Yeah, everything's got to be pretty much well and done. So anyhow, overall, I don't know what the storm did in terms of accumulation. I'm gonna guess about 3. Not as much as yesterday. Yesterday's storm, by the way, the National Weather Service official measurement was 5.7. So just about 6 inches yesterday, and I'm gonna guess today was half that. I'm gonna guess today's 3 inches. Definitely over 2, which is where all contracts are declared plowable. So I don't have to worry about it being borderline, but definitely not as oh, you're going that way. Okay. Definitely not as what do you call it? Not as much as yesterday, and yeah. That's it. Weird storm where again we had another big lull. This time the lull was in the afternoon, so you were trying to think in terms of timing, but I don't know. I think I mentioned in my open. So from 3 to 3, that 12 hours it only dropped like 2 inches. But it was just nuisance snow, and the problem was it probably would have dropped more, but it was right hovering, actually slightly above freezing too, so it was like 32, 34, like in that range. So like some of it was always snow, but I feel like some of it was melting underneath. Like I'll give you an example. I actually went out in the morning. I took my wife's car, and it had snowed a bunch, piled up, continued to pile up, but it never piled up on her car again. So I think it's just because the car got slightly warm, and then it just it never stuck to that car again. So it was that much of a borderline where it was continuing to fall as snow through its entirety. But just the slightest warmth of a surface would hold it off. The salt held off most of the day until the second round came through, which in the second round was a little stronger. And then we got things starting to stick to the roads and whatnot. So, but I didn't go out till about, I don't know what time did I leave, 6:30, 6:45. I got to my first property was finished by 7. It was like 6:45, 7 o'clock when I hit my first one, and it's still snowing. But I tried to, it's one of these, like, I think it said like another half an inch between, 7 and midnight, 7 p.m. and midnight. So this is gonna keep lingering till midnight, drop another half an inch. But like I said, I got to be out by 6 tomorrow. It takes me about 5 hours to run through the plow route, which means I would have to get up at 1 a.m. and plow everybody during the night to get them all down to blacktop. Plow's kind of loud. If you have dogs, if you have babies, whatever, you don't want to hear a plow truck. Granted, if it's a blizzard, we're talking 2 feet, I'm gonna be plowing with the storm. I don't care what time it is. If it's a little 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch storm like this, I'm not plowing through the night. That's not fair. That's not fair to the people. So, the ones with salt will be totally fine. That salt will melt on contact, especially with it. Although temps are dropping a little bit, but it's we're not super cold yet. Like it's gonna get midweek or early to midweek. I think tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow's MLK Day. The temps really start to drop tomorrow, and then so the salt is still effective. If you're a client, I'm not speaking to the clients now, but I'm just saying, well, what do you do in this case? It's kind of like a teaching, learning moment, or just telling me what I do. I'm not going to be able to service these properties tomorrow, so it just kind of is what it is. And the way I look at it is I got 3 inches cleared off, and if it snows and a little dusting, coating, whatever, usually in that case, I'm not coming to service your property unless you're a zero tolerance client. So, that's kind of the lens I'm looking at it. Like, it doesn't need to be perfect to blacktop. Tomorrow, temperatures are not getting above freezing till late week, but tomorrow it's going to be like sunny with a high of 28. So I'm hoping the sun beats on it a little bit and it really helps it helps it get down to blacktop. And then we're in for some brutal temperatures. It's going to be like 5 degrees overnight and for a few overnights, and that's going to everything's going to turn rock hard. The storm for next week, as of now, actually looks like it's going away, but the models are going to kind of flip-flop. The Bernie Reno classic windshield wiper is kind of how he refers to that as, you know, they're on and they're up and down, up and down, up and down. And we're gonna wrap it up in a second because I'm gonna continue driving. But real quick, let's just say it looks like they patched this pothole. I gotta be very careful. Right past Daddy-O's a couple of videos ago when I was getting that pallet of salt, I hit the pothole of a century, which was actually on this overpass here. Nobody behind me. I'm gonna slow this truck way down. Of course, there's oncoming traffic that's gonna blind me. Look, yeah, they definitely fixed it because I didn't go into anything. So, yeah, that is all. A few more to go. Hopefully, these last 2 clients in Hopewell get wrapped up by 10:30. Hoping to be on one in the next 7 minutes, one basically right after 10, and then the next one I'm hoping even 10:15 off the property by 10:30. Then we're headed right to Patterson, and that'll be it for the night.